Hi, everybody. Hi. Hey, happy Wednesday. Hi. Hey, I'm in my car. I'm so glamorous. I hope I have a good enough cell situation. Hi. Hello, Queen Periscope. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. How are you? I am in North Carolina. Hi. I'll give everybody a second. You can introduce yourselves as I shake a lot. Let me try like prop up. Thank you for the hearts. I hope that you have had a great day and that you are ready to have a flatter stomach. I don't know if Greensboro, awesome. That's where I grew up. Yeah, I'm at karate. I am totally at karate. I am not driving. Nope, there's the driver's seat right up there. I'm in the middle of the van with my dog. Oh, Burlington, right on. Used to live there. Yay, Winston. Fabulous. Me too. Okay, so I don't know many people that I've ever talked to. Thank you. I've had a great day who say, oh, my stomach is perfectly flat enough. What? Louisville, I love it. Lake Norman, I'm so jealous of you, James. I can't even handle it. Okay, so I am going to give you 7 steps to flatter belly joy. And I'll probably get distracted 150 times. So I did take notes. I love the hearts. Everybody's super excited. And hopefully you haven't had dinner, because dinner's probably something you shouldn't have, isn't it? You've got like a 50-50 chance of eating something you probably shouldn't tonight. So I'm going to help you with that. The first thing to having a flatter stomach. Now these are like out of the box ideas. This isn't just like stupid stuff. Is to go for walks. And what I mean by going for a walk is not mall walking, but leisurely strolls. No, I'm not showing my stomach. You're on the elliptical? Wow, you're like multitasking. That's awesome. So when you go for a walk, you want to go slow enough, turkey, cool, to not work up a sweat. You want to be able to carry on a conversation and even drink a cup of hot coffee. That's the pace we're talking about. So if you're on a treadmill, we're talking about a speed of 3.0, give or take 0.5. So anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 is the speed you want to take. You're not working up a sweat. You're not like holding weights in your hands or strapping on ankle weights. None of that. You're just walking because that lowers your cortisol levels, which means a flatter stomach, right? People who go for runs oftentimes have bigger stomachs because they're raising certain hormones within, and it also spikes cravings for carbs later. So you go for a run and 3 hours later you suddenly find your fist in a bag of chips. We're not going to do that. So number 1 is going for a walk. And number 2, I would recommend, this is the other extreme, is going for sprints. And anybody who's done my workouts before that I lead in the mornings knows I'm a big fan of sprints. So when I talk about sprinting, this is not running. If you're a marathoner, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking all out speed, like you're being chased by a murderer with a knife in the middle of the night. You're going as fast as you possibly can, and you can do anywhere from 4 to 10 sprints. Oh, you like my shirt? So my shirt says Widows Rock. Kind of like Sprints Rock, Widows Rock, because I am a widow and widows are awesome. So that's what my shirt says. It's so fun. Okay, so you're going to either go really slow with walking, thank you, or you're going to go super ultra lightning fast, but not in the middle. That's not what's going to flatten your stomach. This is for all, both men and women. This is for everybody. Sprinting is one of the best exercises, but it's extremely taxing on the body. So you don't want to sprint more than twice a week, even if you're like freaking awesome. Okay. So number 1, walk. Number 2, sprint. Number 3, sleep. Sleep. No, you cannot eat bad and lose weight unless you're counting calories and starving yourself, which isn't really a great plan. That's called a diet, and it's terrible. So number 3 is sleep. Isn't that awesome? Don't you love hearing to do a whole lot of nothing? So the more you sleep, the flatter your stomach will be, because sleep causes a hormonal reset if you're getting enough sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, then you're going to have a little bit of a bulge to battle with. How long of a sprint? Yeah, 90% is diet. How long of a sprint is however long you can go before suddenly either your mind says enough, or you start to just physically slow down. Yeah, sleep is hard to come by. If you can nap, that's equally good. And new research shows that you can actually kind of catch up on your sleep. So if there's times where you can kind of maybe on a weekend get a few extra hours, then you're able to kind of recover if you haven't had enough during the week. 8 hours is so fantastic, and I'm super jealous. This is a weakness of mine, getting enough sleep, but it actually helps you and your brain to make better choices. So if you're sleep deprived, you will likely eat an entire cake. If you've had enough sleep, your brain will actually have more self-control, and your brain will say, one slice of cake is plenty, thank you so much. So make sure that you're walking, you're sprinting, you're sleeping. Okay, here's the next one. Melatonin, yeah, that can help. I would recommend magnesium if you have trouble with sleeping. And I would suggest, this is a big one, this is hard for me, is to not stress. So stress is a great way to store fat. Your body will hold on to fat if you're a big fat stress case. And you want to try to find ways to relax and calm down and enjoy life. And this will actually trigger fat loss and weight loss. Isn't that amazing? So a flatter stomach just by chilling out. So that could be sitting on your back deck, lighting some torches in the back, or going for a walk with friends, or talking on the phone with your mom, or listening to music, or having sex, or praying, watching TV. All of these things are great ways to have less stress. I would try to get off the Ambien if you can. That's probably not the best thing to put in your body. Eating cake lowers our stress, of course. So with kids, that is really hard. Just keep telling yourself it's a phase. Feel free to lock them in their room. I have been known to lock my children in their room when they were little toddlers so I could get my sleep. And coffee can actually help with losing more fat if you drink it black before a workout. Okay, so we've talked about walking for a flatter stomach, sprinting for a flatter stomach, sleeping for a flatter stomach, stressing less for a flatter stomach. Another one, this is kind of a buzzword, but going gluten-free. Gluten will make you pudgy. I'm sorry, it just does. And the problem is gluten is in almost everything, especially cereals and pastas and sauces. That's where we get in trouble, is there's gluten in all kinds of sauces. That's so funny. I'm so glad that you and your wife have a great time releasing stress. Paleo, it works for a lot of people, absolutely. So gluten not only causes brain fog, which I talked about on a previous Periscope, but it does actually expand your waistline. It makes you feel lazy and lethargic, and it makes your belly huge. So you're going to try really hard to go as gluten-free as possible. The thing about just reducing gluten is gluten stays in your system for 30 days. So even if you just reduce it, it is better. It's a step in the right direction, but we really want to try for total elimination. So decide, which do you want more? Do you want the gluten, or do you want to start buying belts? Okay, so we've talked about, that's good. Cutting out bread 2 years ago and losing 60 pounds. That's a huge deal. Good for you. I'm proud of you, Jason. Okay, so we're going to make sure you sprint, you walk, you don't stress, and you do sleep. We're going to eliminate gluten as much as possible. Bread is brutal. We got to stop eating bread. It's not the same bread that Jesus used to eat back in the day. The next thing I want you to be mindful of is a lot of Americans, I'm going to dare to say most Americans, have a dairy sensitivity. And what that means is because of the ways that things are going in the farm situation with cows, dairy tends to cause belly bloat. And what I would do is suggest a trial before you commit to it to see if you have a dairy elimination, so you don't have to go to a fancy doctor. You're going to eliminate dairy, which is secretly hiding in a lot of foods as words like whey or casein, lactose. All of these are key words. You could live on sourdough and real butter. I will too. That's what I'm going to do in heaven, is live on sourdough and butter. Trust me. But until then, I'm trying to be dairy free. So go dairy free for 2 to 4 weeks. And after 2 to 4 weeks, you decide how long you can go. I want you to reintroduce it. Sushi's good. And I want you to see how you feel. So I used to be addicted to Starbucks mochas. Obviously lots of milk, because Starbucks is a milk company more than it is a coffee company. And I was doing it almost every day. I would say I'd get like 4 to 5 mochas a week. I eliminated all dairy, which was very hard. But I think I did it a month. After a month, I ordered a mocha, so excited, could not finish the mocha because my stomach was expanding while I was sipping on it. Like, it's disgusting. So there's lots of GI upset that happens when you have dairy, but most people are so used to it. They say, well, I don't have a dairy problem. I can eat, milk and cheese and ice cream. But if you take it away and then bring it back, you may find that that's what's causing your big fat muffin top. No milk in cereal. Cereal is one of the most processed foods on the planet. There is nothing nutritional. I don't care if Kashi makes it. I would say no more cereal. I'm sorry. And instead, black coffee is really good. Instead of cow's milk, try those non-dairy milks. I know it kind of creeps everybody out at first, but cashew milk, almond milk, coconut milk, those are great alternatives to what cows could give us in that creamy sense. Oh, I'm so glad you're liking it. That's so great to hear. So let's review. We're going to walk, we're going to sprint, we're going to not stress. 3 eggs, 2 toast. After, the toast probably has gluten, so I would say probably not. Greek yogurt still has that dairy, unfortunately. Bummer. Bacon's awesome. Bacon is good. It's a good fat as long as you're not having the whole pack at once, which is what I want to do. So we're going to walk, we're going to sprint, we're going to sleep, we're going to stress less, we're going to reduce, maybe not eliminate, but reduce the gluten and dairy contents. So it's not about doing crunches to get like a 6-pack, okay? That is a useless tactic that so many people are trying to do. They're trying to do bicycles and crunches and sit-ups, and that is not going to give you the results that you want to. It's going to help a little bit, but there's still going to be lots of fat on top of your rockin' 6-pack. So we want to try to eliminate it. With workouts, you want to make sure, you're so funny, you want to make sure that you are lifting heavy enough weights. That will help the hormonal response. That's causing that testosterone release, which, whether you're male or female, is a really good thing. We want that testosterone to happen from lifting heavy weights, not the light pink 2-pound weights. Sometimes we do eat too much. You can't eat too many vegetables, though. So vegetables are something you don't need to worry about size of eating too much of. Egg whites. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Vegetables, meat, egg whites, no sauce. Perfect. Oh, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so nice and friendly. And abs are made in the kitchen. So most of your body change, most of you getting slimmer is going to involve what you're putting into your mouth. It's not about, I got to get to the gym more. What I tell people is, if you're really limited on time, don't even worry about exercising. Just focus on what you're eating and spend that time that you would have exercising instead at your stove and prepping food. So what questions do you guys have since I've gone? I know it's such bad news, but the end is so good when you feel good wearing a bathing suit and don't feel like, ooh, look at big fatty, right? Barbecue. I'm right near Lexington. So yeah, barbecue is really good, but the sauce probably has gluten. Drinking more water. It tastes like dirt. Yeah, I'd suggest taking it like medicine if you're new to it, like pinching your nose. I would say set an alarm to go off every hour, and that's your water reminder to chug. If you have 4 big gulps, that's about 1 cup of water. Bedtime, night. Yeah, fast food isn't the best. Cooking fresh is good. Gluten causes belly bloat. It causes brain fog. It's almost like a modern day poison that our foods unfortunately have. But if you can drink water, there's even some free apps that I've heard of that will remind you to drink water. It's really cool, but I don't get into all that. Is there gluten in wine? I sure hope not. Getting protein as a vegetarian, I would do a plant-based protein. I like Nature's Pearl NP Pro protein powder. It's going to be a little bit hard to get protein being a vegetarian. If you can eat lots of eggs, if you don't have an egg problem, that would be great. What else? What other questions? Definitely drink water. I tell people to drink more than half their body weight in ounces. That's what most people say is if you're 100 pounds, drink 50 ounces of water. If you're 200 pounds, drink 100 ounces of water. I'm saying bull. I say drink 1 cup per hour that you're awake. So I am typically up easily 16 hours a day. Sometimes it's more like 18 hours a day. And I'm just going to have a cup every hour. And at first it was medicine to me. One of you was saying it tastes like grossness. And I just started sucking it down. If you can make your own green tea, absolutely. Don't buy the Lipton on the countertop. That's not the same. Artificial sweeteners are a great way to have an enormous stomach. Absolutely. And that includes Splenda. When you go for a walk, you can actually, if you're going for a stroll, you can do that 7 days a week for 15 to even an hour, 15 minutes to an hour. I can't really flex right now because I'm like using 2 hands to hold the phone. I do like to flex though. I should make that happen. Can you see it? Yay! Most girls don't flex their biceps. What other questions do you have about getting your rockin' six-pack to start appearing? You need to jog. No, jogging is how you get a bigger stomach and you're going to stimulate those cravings. It's going to raise the wrong hormones. So instead, walk or sprint. Yay. What else? I'm so glad that y'all are here with me, by the way. 2 apples for breakfast, 2 cups of watermelon for lunch. Oh, mercy, that's a lot of fruit. Just keep in mind that fruit is sugar, and to pair that fruit with protein at every time you eat. I eat burgers all the time. I just don't eat the buns, and I eat pizza once a week. I am a pizza freak. I would eat pizza every day if I could. I love it. It's the best. I might love it more than my children. Do you have other questions? And are you following me on all social media? Fit with Deb, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. I would love to connect with you there. We're getting ready to start a thin thigh program. I've got lots of good stuff coming. Oh, snap. You all are so great. I'm so glad my kids were in karate so that I could hang out with you and my sleeping dog. Look at her. She's awesome. 2 cups of peanut butter. How about instead 1 big fat tablespoon? Oh, thank you. Y'all are so great. I love it. I love connecting with you. And I'd love to follow you as well. If you do any Periscopes, I would love to learn. Thank you. You're so great. Okay, I think I'm going to go now. But I hope you have a great day. And I'm so glad that you were here. I'm going to do my very best to upload this to YouTube if I can. And I will chat with you at our next time. Oh, your calves and hamstrings are sore. Yay. That is the biggest compliment. How do you get a sample of NP Pro? You message me on Facebook and I ship it to your mailbox. How does that sound? Fit with Deb. Yeah, I know you were joking about the 2 cups of peanut butter. I got you. You rock too. 10S lover, whatever that means. Jiffy cups. Oh yeah, my kids do that. It's probably filled with a little bit of junk, but it's better than Doritos. Okay, everybody. Thanks so much. I'm going to see you at our next Periscope. Say bye, Cracker. See y'all later.